Tyler Orton with Business in Vancouver is joining us now. And Tyler, we're talking about Indigo, the big bookstore. Why do they want to get back on Robson?
You know, ever since they left Robson Street, the CEO said that they are planning to get back there. Now, this is a street, a lot of people say it's on the decline. I'd like to say it's more in transition. It still has some of the highest foot traffic you're going to find in Metro Vancouver, which is why Indigo is going to take over the Forever 21 store. That's 2 stories, 21,000 square feet, put in a new bookstore this coming fall. Of course, it's not the same company that had, well, it's not the same store that we had just a few blocks east where it was 52,000 square feet, multiple stories there as well, but it's going to be good for a lot of the bookworms out there. The thing that's notable, though, I mentioned Robson's in transition. We have seen some wins, even as they've lost a lot of the luxury brands to Alberni Street. Muji moved in recently, Nike, Steve Madden, those are all mainstream brands that are coming over to Robson Street. As I said, I think it has some international prestige still. It's just still going forward with that transition. I think this Indigo is going to be a big win for them.
Probably. And you mentioned it's taking the spot of Forever 21. So will that be staying on the street or is it leaving Robson?
We don't have any more plans with regards to Forever 21 at this point. That's in the air at right now. It is kind of strange that they would vacate altogether as opposed to take a smaller space. My suspicion, it might be able to move into Pacific Center, just a few blocks away, but no word officially at this point.
All right. You're also following another story about a huge pot deal, I guess a cannabis takeover, as you'd put it, here in BC, a $230 million deal. What is this going to mean for smaller producers?
Well, that's just the big question here. Of course, this is Aphria that is taking over for Vancouver Vancouver Island's Broken Coast Cannabis. They're going to get $10 million cash. The rest of this $230 million is going to be paid out in stocks. But the big question here is Canada, back in November, introduced a framework that actually made it quite enticing for a lot of these micro cultivators or, craft cannabis producers. They would actually be able to thrive in this market. However, we've seen a lot of the big guys, I'm specifically talking about Canopy, Aurora, Aphria as well. They've been gobbling up a lot of these smaller producers, much the same way you'd see a big brewer like Molson take over a lot of the craft breweries going on in Canada at this point. What it means is maybe a little bit less competition. I don't know if people actually want what the results are, but I can expect this trend to accelerate, especially as we do expect legalized recreational pots to happen later on this year. It's just going to be a matter of how beneficial it is to the overall consumer. I suspect more competition, better for the consumer, though.
Yeah, everyone's jockeying for that prime position. Tyler, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.